So I wanted to give Franco Harris the medal to connect him to his mom, Gina, who, by the way, has the same birthday as me, and all these other connections. And that did take place. And I gifted him the medal, and he died the next day. And it was amazing to me because I felt like I was on a divine appointment. And when I looked into his eyes, it was like looking in Jesus's eyes. And we shared a lot. You know, he was raised in the Catholic faith, and we shared so much. And we are going to talk, Evelyn, about the fetal microchimerism. But one thing I wanted to ask Franco is if he knew how about that. And so I'm like, Lord, how am I going to ask him this, you know? And I just got the inspiration to ask him how his mom passed. And he said, it was an infection. And I said, Franco, do you know that the cells of all of your mom's babies, so you and all your siblings, remained in your some of those cells remained in your mom for life, and science has proven that there is a phenomenon called fetal microchimerism, that they've actually have studies that show that those cells fight when there's an infection or a problem health-wise in the mother's body. So really, no abortion is ever complete because by God's design, these cells remain with the mother. And isn't that beautiful for motherhood? So I got to share that with Franco, and he said to me, can you write that down? So I'm writing down fetal microchimerism, you know, but that's one of the things we talked about that he was so amazed about. And on that website, there is an article about that. Really, Evelyn, right after we met, it was right before my son went to school in 2017, off to college. And I wrote this article. It says, whether a child goes off to preschool or college, moms cry. And I go into how my heartstrings were tugged at when our last went off to college. And then that took me to fetal microchimerism and like how those cells of Joseph and my other 3 sons and my daughter that I miscarried are still in my body for life. So I do have the article, and the viewers can go to the website, and it's under news tab, and you have to scroll down to August 2017, and you'll find the article. But that article is amazing because the Holy Spirit took it a step further. Not only do I talk about my daughter that I miscarried, that God revealed her name and everything to me, but I go on to say, how about Our Lady? If she's the new ark, then certainly it explains very well why Our Lady had to be assumed into heaven, right? She still has God's cells in her. And Jesus, you know, when Mary shows up in Apparitions and that, it's like, no wonder the demons flee, you know, there's Jesus and Mary. And so I just wanted to add that in case some of your listeners and viewers want to read the article.
Right. So somebody told me, who was religious, wherever Jesus is, Mary is. She's never hid from her son. She was there when he was born. She was there when he died. And of course, she was assumed into heaven. Mm-hmm. He would not leave his mother just lying there here on earth.
Right. And, you know, Ethelyn, with Preborn Jesus Ministry, God's unfolded very slowly, mostly through artwork, you know, the pencil sketch and then the watercolor that was done. Actually, Leah Ravati, when she did the full-length watercolor, I have a little holy card of that too. She just came into the church and she did it as a gift to Our Lady. And so and then I said it went to the statue, you know, the medal, and Pat and I worked on a pro-life icon with St. Joseph in it, and the Divine Mercy Rays. We've used a lot for pro-life. But what I was going to share that we're working on, and there's the icon you just put up, we had it done through the St. Charbel Center. I was connected with some iconographers, and Marilyn Barone did that beautiful icon of Our Lady, and it's just finished here in the past few months.
Hello, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Mother and Refuge of the End Times. We are excited to announce that Mother and Refuge will be collaborating with John Leap's ministry to present a once-in-a-lifetime event. We introduce the Exorcism and Deliverance Conference titled Shielding the Children of God. This 2-day event, which culminates in a live worldwide exorcism, will be providentially held on the feast days of St. Benedict and St. Veronica on July 11th and 12th, 2025, held live in New Jersey or online via live stream, with 3 powerful exorcists presenting, as well as an ex-satanic wizard, Zachary King, and more great speakers. We are thrilled to welcome our keynote speaker, Cardinal Simoni, Chief of the Catholic Exorcism, known as the Living Martyr. Cardinal Simoni was unjustly imprisoned and on death row in communist Albania for 28 years. Now, he is an active universal exorcist and teacher exorcist. He is described by Pope Francis as the exorcist of exorcists. We also welcome Monsignor John Esseff, spiritual son of Padre Pio, and previous spiritual director of Mother Teresa and the Missionaries of Charity. Purchase your conference tickets now for 20% off using coupon code Mother and Refuge. Register now on website www.johnleaps.com or scan this QR code for more details. Don't miss out on this powerful spiritual event. Be strengthened, be restored, and be cleansed.